Hey Scorpio, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast for December 20th through the 26th. This reading is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Now I am setting the intention for December 20th through the 26th. However, you may stumble upon this video at some other time, which is perfectly fine. You're going to find it whenever you're meant to find it and whenever the messages are meant for you to receive. Keep in mind this is a reading for the general collective, so not every single message will resonate. Take the ones that do, leave the ones that don't. So without further ado, Scorpio, let's see what's coming up for the Scorpio collective, Scorpio Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more shuffle here, maybe one more. I don't have a set number of times I shuffle. I just keep shuffling until it feels right. We're going to go ahead and see what's coming up here. First card for Scorpio, ooh, is the Ten of Cups. Hello. Now, I know a lot of people are used to watching tarot readings for love and romance. And on my channel, I do one love reading a month, which the December love readings are linked in this description. And then in the weekly forecast, I try to focus on everything other than love and focus on you and your journey and your situations. However, sometimes love does come up in the weeklies, and when that does happen, I will tell you whatever message I'm getting in or anything Spirit is sharing with us. Now, a lot of people are used to watching tarot readings for love and romance. So Ten of Cups has kind of gotten typecast as the marriage and babies card. And that is one of the meanings of the card. I'm not disputing that. And that could be something that some of you are manifesting at this time. You might be manifesting marriage or babies. Or you may be manifesting improvements and happiness in your home life within an existing family. However, the true meaning of Ten of Cups is inner peace and fulfillment and satisfaction in every area of your life. And back in the old days, right, that was marriage. People lived to get married and to reproduce. That's not to say that marriage and babies can't make somebody happy. It absolutely can, but that's not everybody's end all and be all, right? Ten of Cups just pretty much means you're happily ever after. And that's going to look different for different people. Okay, maybe it's marriage and babies for you, and maybe that's where you're headed. Maybe it's retiring and buying an RV and traveling across the country. Maybe it's starting up a volunteer or charity organization. Maybe it's becoming a spiritual leader. Maybe it's becoming a pastor or a reverend. Maybe it's becoming, you know, an artist or a singer or whatever it might be. Whatever your happily ever after is. Ten of Cups is telling us that you're coming into your happily ever after and happiness and contentment in every area of your life. I do apologize for the very loud snoring. For those of you who don't know, I've recently rescued a very large dog who snores like a grown man and is glued to my side. So you may hear background noise in the videos from now on, but that is our little buddy or our big buddy, and we're gonna let it slide. So the Ten of Cups here, maybe you've had times in your life, Scorpio, where you've just kind of felt like, well, I guess I can't have it all. When career is going well, personal life sucks. When personal life is going well, my family life is terrible. Like whatever it might be. And Ten of Cups is saying, no, you can have happiness in every area of your life. You can have contentment in every area of your life. And this is what you're coming into, like getting all these 10 cups filled. I do feel that there may be something here around the holiday season where some of you are celebrating a birth, and I don't just mean the birth of Jesus. Although I know that's in the comments somewhere. I know somebody already started typing that when I said some of you might be celebrating a birth. I mean like within like a family or friends. I feel there may be like some kind of getting together, and some of you may be meeting a significant other at such a gathering, or like people coming together to see a child or to see a baby. Not going to be for every single one of you, but I am feeling that message here from this card. But yes, a sense of happiness, fulfillment in every area of your life. Another random message, Scorpio. I feel for those of you who are working to manifest right now, whether it's traditional family life or something else. I just got a very random but a very emphasized message. You're being encouraged to color. Get a coloring book and color. There's something about the process that's helping you with moving and clearing energy, like soothing yourself, relaxing yourself, connecting with the inner child. I feel like it's even at some point gonna become almost like this automatic meditation for you, in which a lot of epiphanies are gonna come, or a lot of ideas are gonna come. So Scorpios, you're being encouraged to color. Okay, just maybe go to the dollar store and get whatever little coloring book that might be available. Or, they have pretty elaborate ones for adults if you want to go on Amazon. But that's the message I'm getting. You are being encouraged to color in a coloring book. The next card that's coming up here, Scorpio, is the Eight of Cups, right? So this is interesting. Some of you are like, I want my 10 of Cups, but I don't know what I want to put in my cups. They're here, they're ready to be filled, but what do I want to put in them, right? Eight of Cups is this search for meaning. Eight of Cups is this search for purpose. So some of you, maybe this coloring project or coloring assignment is going to kind of help you go within and figure out what you want in your cups. For other ones of you, okay, Eight of Cups comes in as a bit of a heads up. And some of you have heard me say this in previous readings. Eight of Cups tends to come up for me in readings when I'm dealing with people who are kind of overachievers. Okay, it's like they put a goal in their mind and they don't rest until they reach that goal. And they're able to accomplish a lot of things that other people can't. And they're happy for a little bit, but then they're like, I'm glad I accomplished this goal. I'm glad that I have what I have now. However, it didn't make me feel the way I thought it was going to make me feel. And I feel like something is still missing. So maybe I focused on the wrong thing. I focused on my career, and I'm happy to have these successes in my career. But maybe I'm going to be happier when I focus on my personal life. Maybe I'm going to find happiness through family and through relationship. And so maybe for some of you that's your 10 of Cups or whatever. And then Spirit is telling us, however, this is still going to be an Eight of Cups situation. You will manifest the family, you will manifest the relationship, and you'll feel happy for a little bit. And then you're like, something is still missing. Don't get me wrong, I love my partner, I love my family, I'm glad that I have it. However, something is still missing. So Eight of Cups comes up to say that we're going to continue this vicious cycle of setting goals, accomplishing them, and feeling like something is still missing. And this will go on forever until we figure out what's missing. And the Eight of Cups lets us know that basically there's a little bit of a void. There's a little bit of like this God-shaped hole, and we're trying to fill this void with everything other than God. Okay, I'm using the word God. If you want to use universe or higher self or whatever it is that terminology is that you want to use, the missing thing is the spiritual connection. And until we make the spiritual connection, we're going to accomplish goal after goal after goal and still feel like something is missing. So I feel like Spirit is letting you know that you have a lot of good things coming, And in order to be able to enjoy it and to really feel fulfilled, you have to make sure you're making time for your spiritual practice. And some of you might say, well, Amethyst, I already have a spiritual routine. I wake up every morning, I say my prayers, my meditations, I light my candles, I do my mantras. Excellent, wonderful. But that's the thing about routines, is they become very routine. And over time, they can become very automatic, and they might start losing their meaning. It's kind of like if you've ever been around people that say, I love you all the time. After a while, it loses its meaning. It's really nice to hear, the first several times. But if it's like, hey, I'm going to the store, do you need anything? No? Okay, I love you. All right, I'll be back soon. I love you. Oh, here, thanks for helping me bring the groceries in. I love you. And it just kind of like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. After a while, it just becomes like I don't know if I want to say a catchphrase, but it loses its meaning. Right? And so this can happen with our spiritual routine. It can maybe lose its feeling, its connection, its magic. I'm not telling you to stop doing it. By all means, continue doing it. But try to also incorporate something to freshen it up, to keep it new. What are some ways that you can connect with universe? What are some ways that you can connect with God, that you can be in your Zen? Maybe it's spending time in nature. Maybe it's incorporating water, or being in the water, or being near the water. Maybe it's art. Maybe it's music. Maybe it's spending time with children or animals. There are so many ways that we can feel that life force that moves through everything. The force and the source of creation. So this is what we want to be connected with, right? This is what we want to be in flow with. So what are some ways that you can incorporate that sense of Zen, that sense of power, that sense of awe? It could be through music, art, nature, water, fire, air, whatever it is that you're feeling pulled towards. But we want to see spirit as living, and we want to experience spirit as living. And this is going to give us that fire. It's going to give us that fulfillment. It's going to give us that sense of satisfaction, to where we can truly be satisfied with the fruits of our labor and not constantly feel like something is missing. The next card coming up here for Scorpio is the Five of Cups, and here it is. That disappointment. Something is missing. It didn't go the way that I had hoped. It didn't go the way that I wanted. For some of you Scorpios, you have a big wish coming true, but there's this part of you that might still be feeling empty. Okay? Or it's coming in and you're super duper tempted to push it away because the emotions are overwhelming. Five of Cups can come up sometimes when we have a tendency to self-medicate, or we don't want to feel because emotions feel overwhelming. And self-medication comes in many shapes and patterns and forms, my dears. Okay? It's not always alcohol and substances. It can be, but it can also be being a workaholic. It can be partying. It could be relationships. It can be exercising and being a health nut. It can be gambling. It could be food. It could be sugar. It could be video games. There are so many different ways that we can numb ourselves or check out or disconnect. And as these cups are beginning to fill, this might feel overwhelming to some of you, to where these tipped over cups, you might be the one tipping them over. You might be tempted to self-sabotage here a little bit. And the way that you're going to avoid that is by being in that spiritual connection that we talked about. For some of you, you have to strengthen your faith so that you give yourself permission to receive, because receiving feels so scary for you, because all you've known is betrayal and disappointment. And you've been asking for this, and it's here. but you have to strengthen your faith so that you can receive it. Receive it without fear. Receive it without feeling like you're waiting for the little, hammer to drop. It kind of makes me think of my dog that I just rescued from the shelter, who's very glued to me. The littlest thing I do, he freaks out. He thinks I'm leaving him. He's in the living room. I go up to get water from the kitchen. He's like just making a beeline for me and gluing to me. Like it's not even enough to be near me. Like he needs to be pushed up against me to make sure I'm still here. I'm not gonna leave. Right? And so for some of you, as this blessing is coming in, as these cups are filled, it's like, oh my gosh, but what if I lose them? What if they're taken away? It's too unbearable. Here, let me just knock them over. Let me just, I can't, right? Some of you are having that reaction to it because it's all you've known. All you've known is disappointment. So to hope or to receive can feel terrifying. Now, when you find yourself tempted to numb yourself or to push it away, this is why 8 of Cups is here. You have to have faith. You have to be in your spiritual connection to trust and know that you're going to be okay. To trust and know that you will be guided through this process. Your next card coming up here, Scorpio, is the Strength card. Wow, I just got chills. Now, the Strength card is a Major Arcana card. Major Arcana cards are going to come up anytime that we're coming into a significant chapter in our lives. This is something we came here to experience. This is something we came here to master. This is something we came here to accomplish. And the Strength card is going to require going out into the unknown. Oftentimes on our own, breaking away from the current circle. And that can feel terrifying. But what you're going to discover is not only are you doing well and succeeding, you're thriving, you're conquering, you're coming out of it on top with these allies, with this protector, with this guardian, with this loyal protector and guardian. This lion, if either one of us tried to reach out and touch her or touch this lion, it would rip us to shreds. But it's there at her feet, a protector. Loyal, committed. There's a sense of loyalty and commitment with the Strength card. So the Strength card tells us about loyalty and commitment, but also that this is something that we're embracing through our vulnerability. There's an element of vulnerability with the Strength card. So in order to receive this blessing, in order to receive these 10 cups, we need to embrace the feeling of being vulnerable. Especially for those of you that your cups here involve love. We cannot manifest love. We cannot manifest true love and hold on to true love without embracing vulnerability, without being a little bit vulnerable. Another message with the Strength card for me in my readings is you're having to be faithful and committed and loyal to yourself and not give up on yourself. And in that process, you're going to find yourself establishing relationships with people who are loyal and committed to you. Every relationship that you have is a mirror of the relationship you have with yourself. And if you have people who let you down or who don't make your needs a priority, it's because at some point you stopped making yourself a priority, or you began giving up on yourself or your needs. The Strength card tells us that now you're picking that up again. You're being committed to yourself. You're being committed to your path. And this is attracting and calling commitment into your life. If you are a Scorpio that has commitment issues, you are going to be refined and healed in the coming weeks. Now, commitment issues comes in different ways. When you hear commitment issues, you think of somebody that wants to sleep around and wants to have a bunch of different partners and can't stay with one person for very long. Now, that is one form of commitment issue. But another way that commitment issues manifest, that people have commitment issues, are the people who are terrified of trusting or letting anybody in. That is also a form of commitment issue. Or you're just so scared that you're going to commit and this person is going to let you down, or they're going to change and they're going to be a terrible person. And people with commitment issues end up being attracted to people with commitment issues. So the person terrified of getting hurt is going to end up being with the person who is messing around and gonna hurt them. It sucks, it's unfortunate, but that's how energy works. But those of you who have had that misfortune, you are healing from it. You are clearing it out this week. You're embracing that vulnerability and you are calling commitment into your life. And for some of you, the commitment is to commit to yourself to be happy. To commit to yourself to live your life in the way that brings you joy. For some of you, it will be love and romance. For other ones of you, it's going to be the things that you're passionate about in your life. The things you always wanted to do, but you were never given permission. And you're realizing now you don't need permission. You just need to do it. And the people who support it will show up along the way. They'll show up along the path. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks that might resonate for you more than your sun sign. You might want to check out the love and romance readings for December. Those are linked in the description. The 2022 forecasts are linked in the description. If you would like a private reading with me, you can schedule at calendly.com/amethystangelite. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I'm wishing you all happy holidays, Merry Christmas, happy, merry, whatever it is that you celebrate. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Take care, my darlings.